got you one. If you're an MSB member and spending at least $300, you can get a discount on silver and gold through the MSB. And the sponsor's been with us now for like 8 years, jamblue.com. Next up, let's go ahead and kind of dive into this. Before we do, though, I just want to remind you again, we are getting really close to episode 2500, and I would love you to be part of it. All you got to do is call the jerk line, 877-644-1345. I'll say that again a little bit slower in case you need to write it down. 877-644-1345. Call the jerk line. Tell us how your life's a little bit better because of TSP and our communities and sub-communities, people you've met from us, whatever. And if you don't mind, throw in a little Jack, you're a jerk because I started out a long time ago saying you'd never tell me I was a jerk because you paid off your debt or because you were prepared or whatever. And then people started doing it as a joke. And so that's how we're going to take things for episode 2500. It'll be one for the history books. You want to be part of it. Call the jerk line, 877-644-1345. So let's start out with this first one. I thought this was really cool, and I feel like even maybe retroactively, it's something maybe I need to do for my grandkids. And we do have stuff for them. We put away piggy banks for them every year, and my wife puts little notes and things in them. But this was formalizing it a little bit more. And I think, when it comes to preparedness, building preparedness into our kids is important. And I feel that we've lost so many young people in their late teens. And maybe if they knew people cared about them, we would have lost less. So it's just in that in of itself, it is a survival topic. And I think it helps people kind of center their focus on young people as parents and what have you, but also as uncles and things like that as well, to kind of go on record with something for their future. And so Rob sent me this, and it says, "Hey, Jack, what small items would you place in a time capsule? Details, my brother and sister-in-law recently had a baby. Emily, my niece, is turning 1 next month. They are making a time capsule for her to be opened on her 18th birthday. And I'd be interested in your thoughts for items to include in the time capsule. They have made suggestions such as advice for an 18-year-old child who is 1-year-old now, predictions of what 2036 will look like, small items, pictures or newspaper clippings from 2018, 2019. Very curious of your take on any items and words of wisdom for the future. Thanks, Rob." First of all, I just want to say I think this is cool. I think this is incredibly cool. I think maybe one of the things that might be a good idea for you and for everybody that's involved with this or anybody doing this would be maybe to put some of your advice, your stories, and your thoughts on video. And we live in a world today where it's so dadgone easy to shoot video with a phone and hit upload to YouTube. We don't really know what the future holds for all that cloud-based video, do we? I mean, we really don't. I'm not talking about end of the world or anything either. I'm just saying, might someday YouTube decide videos that haven't been watched in 10 years, that are taking up valuable resources to exist, need to go away? We don't really know, right? So somebody on MeWe, because I kind of sourced this on MeWe as well, said not only do video, but put them on a USB drive. And so I think that's valid. Though, will USB be a valid format in 2036? My guess is it won't be very hard to figure out a way to get data off of USB. But just think about all of the things that people took for granted is going to always be around that don't work anymore. I was at Walmart this weekend. Don't ask why, but I was. And I went by the electronics section, and I was like, I wonder if there is even a CD left in Walmart. Turns out there isn't. Wasn't even a CD in Walmart. So I think if you had a CD right now, you wouldn't not be able to find a way to get data off of it. But I'm sitting here looking at 2 MacBooks, neither of which have a CD-ROM player in them. I do have the ability to do that on the PC that I